You're listening to FC Mancake, FC Cincinnati news, rumors, and banter.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Hey guys, FC Mancake back here for part 2 of my hashtag Save the Crew documentary review. Part 1, I guess I technically didn't even review the actual documentary. Part 1 was more of my background. I tried to fit it into a 15-minute limit. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if I have to pay for a longer limit, but right now I have a 15-minute limit to each video, or each, episode. But this is part 2. So yeah, that part 1, if you didn't hear it, you can hear it. It'll probably be on YouTube here soon. Basically going through the background of me as a new soccer fan, my experiences with the Crew, and how I became an FCC fan. It interviewed employees of the Crew, people in Columbus, and supporters, basically. It talked about, pre-court, what happened, when he bought the club, what happened when he, it goes through the day that he announced they were going to move the club, or wanted to move the club. It's interesting to go through what they see, different perspectives. It goes through a supporter's perspective, and then it goes through the people that. It goes through the playoff run of a couple this past postseason. They ended up losing to, they lost to Toronto in the semifinals. It goes through that. It goes behind the scenes of the big tifo they made. Basically talking about the grassroots of MLS. I think it was the original 8 teams. It's really cool, how they do the tifo. I know FCC, I've never been part of anything that FCC's done, but I've heard I've been to games where they've showed the tifos. They're pretty cool. It goes through all that. It talks to the guy who's in charge of making the tifo, the people that do it. And then basically it just hits all the corners of, supporters, people that worked for the Crew, stuff like that. It goes through, and I don't know his name off the top of my hand. If you search hashtag Save the Crew on YouTube, he has a vlog that he does, and then he did a video, which I liked, of him driving around delivering Save the Crew signs in the front yard. That's separate videos, but he is in the documentary. The documentary is made by, some company. I'll probably put the link to the documentary in the description section if you're on the YouTube version of this. Basically it talks about what he did, all that, and like I said, it's horrible what he did. He bought the club, like I said in part 1, put him on a restrictive Spectrum Sports TV deal, basically restricting people to watch and experience the Crew. It goes through the playoff game. Apparently they stopped, or they kind of prevented people from getting into the stadium to make it look like there weren't a lot of people there. A lot of shady stuff like that. And basically, as I was trying to be a Crew fan, I was never really a Crew fan, but coming from an FCC fan's point of view, I think most FCC fans want the Crew in MLS, obviously. I want to be in MLS. So, if you would say, well, is it us or the Crew? I would say us, because I want FCC to be in the MLS. I want FCC to play in the highest level of soccer for their history. I think that's the best for FCC. It's unfortunate what's happening to the Crew. It really is. I do think Don Garber gets a little too much of the blame, because every commissioner in America does this. And I don't know if it's just because of the soccer culture. But I feel like when Goodell, people hate Goodell for other reasons. Goodell, Adam Silver, all the other commissioners that have relocated teams, it's not like, oh my God, you're Satan. But for some reason, Don Garber's getting this thing that he's like Satan. And I mean, this isn't a big deal in America. It is. I mean, it is for soccer. The rest of the soccer world's like, what the heck? But I mean, for America, which this is what this is, it's American League. It's unfortunate. It's never good. I do think Don Garber should be like, no, you're not on the team. But like I said, at the same time, I know for a fact the Crew, this has been a long-standing thing about attendance, interest, everything. This has been an issue. I mean, I remember back before Precourt was the owner, it was an issue. So it isn't coming out of nowhere. So like I said, there's two sides to this thing. I think the Crew need to stay in MLS. I think that's the best thing, but it's just very unfortunate. But I do recommend the documentary. It's a really good documentary. If you're even I'm sure a lot of soccer fans have already watched this, and the odds are if you're listening to this podcast, you've probably already watched the documentary. But it's a really good documentary. I walked away from it learning a lot about the Crew. And like I said, I do recommend the documentary, and then I also recommend if you search hashtag Save the Crew, there's a YouTube channel, and they have videos, and they have like these funny episodes now of like, cut out animation. It's really funny, but yeah, but then he also has some, a good vlog series where he talks about, Save the Crew stuff. So I do recommend that. So like I said, I think most FCC fans want the Crew in MLS. Now, I would think a majority of them would want us in over you, but I mean, it's not either or either. I don't think the Crew situation affects us either, but it's unfortunate. The fact that 2019 could be the year we're in the MLS, and that could be the first year of Austin. It's not the most comfortable situation, but at this point, I'm just worried about SC Cincinnati, and I want to be in MLS. So, which once again, nothing new. I'm hoping that I wake up early tomorrow morning, and something happens. Maybe, hopefully, Tuesday and Wednesday seem to be the sweet spot. If anything happens during the week, we'll see. But yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, I recommend the documentary. It's a good documentary. It goes into detail. It talks, like I said, to the supporters, people in the city. It has some good radio bites from, the Fan, the 105.3, the Fan, 90, it's the Columbus radio station. They cover Ohio State, the Fan. And like I said, it just covers all ground. And I thought the people, the part I found most interesting was the people working, the Crew employees during that time. And then the players, how they acted, during the time, during a playoff run. I mean, they had to deal with that before a playoff run. I thought it was interesting. But yeah, I think that'll do it for this. Like I said, recommend the documentary. It's a good documentary. If you like this video, part 1 or 2 or both, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching or listening. Bye.